dear, longtime, and just real special friend Jewel called me this morning. I'm not sharing that to name drop. I'm sharing that because I had one of the most powerful and transformative conversations of my life today with her, and I want to share with you everything. As many of you know, in this very spot, just a few days ago, I was a hot mess. And that kept up for a few days. I clearly haven't magically gotten 1,000% better, but I am so much better. And I feel like my head is out of this fog and I can see clearly now. And I want to share with you all to hopefully help you guys too. If you're watching this video, it's because you might need help. Or maybe you actually just care about me. And if so, that is wonderful. And I'm so appreciative of you. So to recap briefly, I have been going through it this year. And it's not just because of this year, but also baggage that I was carrying over from last year with a lot of family trauma. And this TikTok situation that has become very public kind of was just the straw that broke the camel's back, as they say, or the moment when my dam burst and everything came flowing out of me. As I talked about previously, I had convinced myself that I didn't have the time to see a therapist, that it wasn't smart to spend the money on a therapist. All excuses for me not to deal with my issues. I finally saw a therapist on Monday. I'm going to see my therapist again, but I understand that not everybody has the privilege that I do to be able to have health insurance and to also be able to pay for a therapist, because not all insurances cover therapy or they don't cover it all. And if you are in that situation right now, there is help and there are resources, and I must be fully transparent or just instantly quell any skeptics who might think that I am getting paid. I'm not getting paid. I just had the most special, powerful conversation with my friend Jewel. Many of you know her as a singer. I love you, Fiona. She also, over the last many years, has been working in the mindfulness space. She's done a lot of work on herself and now has been helping others. So if you don't have access to a trained professional, or if you're alone and lonely and don't have family or friends, if you just need a starting place, my friend Jewel has a website called jewelneverbroken.com. And they talk about ways to help yourself live a happier, healthier, more mindful life. Because if we can reprogram our brain, we can live a more successful, thriving life. And I'm so excited because I left my conversation with Jewel equipped with tools and such enthusiasm to continue the work that I began with my therapist. I even took notes. I want to glance at my notes periodically because she was saying so many things that were just exploding my brain and that I was resonating with so deeply. She was even so... It just blew my mind also that this really successful, wonderful woman who I grew up idolizing, who is a busy, talented musician and entertainer and a mother, took an hour of her time to hear me out and also guide me in the right path. And she even took pen to paper and wrote down some things that she wanted me to visually see and work on. And I'm excited to do that. I actually was so excited to do this work and continue the work that my therapist suggested that I began to do it right away. Like I couldn't stop thinking about all of the things that she said. So how we speak and words are interesting. And I had not really viewed things in this way before. But Jewel explained to me that there are just two states of being: dilation and contraction. And I had never heard these expressions when referring to mental health or mindfulness or just living. Dilation and contraction. Look, I'll share this with you guys in a minute. But basically, dilation is a state of rest, and contraction is the opposite of that. So an example of dilation would be sleeping, getting a massage, taking a bath. That's dilation. And an example of contraction is screaming, getting into a physical fight, things like that. So Jewel gave me homework, which is to think about three different things. Actions. So she literally wanted me to write it down like I'm in school, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. I got my daughter's old notebook that she had drawn in, and I just started to write on top of it. And I think it's kind of perfect this way. So I'm working on actions, thoughts, and feelings. And it's really, to me, powerful, like the first things that have come up over the last few hours that I felt the need to write. Did I do it backwards? So yeah, this makes sense to me. Anyways, okay. So I'm trying to explain it to you all. Sometimes like I don't have dyslexia, but I'm like, I think I kind of like got it flipped. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope this helps. I hope the genuineness and the smiles maybe bring a smile to your face. One phrase that kept coming back to me over and over again when I was starting to do this work and thinking about these things was, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. And that's tied to something that my therapist told me on Monday, which is you need to be kinder and more compassionate to yourself. And it wasn't until today, right now, that I had this like aha moment of, I'm worth it. I'm worth being kinder and compassionate. Oh, Fiona, I love you. I am worthy of kindness. I am worthy of compassion. I am worthy of sleep. Oh my God, this was, it is scary. I don't know why this is so scary to me. This is scary to me, but like sleep is an action. Sleep is dilation, a state of being, and it is something that I need to, not even want to, that I am going to work on. I do not get enough sleep. Even when things were normal, I would maybe sleep 6 hours a night, which is still not enough sleep. And even last night, I only got 4.5 hours of sleep. So, because I've mentioned how I have OCD, and I just don't want to have to worry about things because I also have anxiety, I just decided that I'm going to force myself to get 8 hours of sleep. that I am worth getting 8 hours of sleep. And to help ensure that I get 8 hours of sleep, I have set an alarm for 8:30 p.m. tonight on my phone. And when I hear my 8:30 p.m. alarm, that gives me my 1 hour wind down. Okay, you got 1 hour to finish work or do any of this work or do whatever else you need to do in that 1 hour, and that's it. And then when my next alarm goes off at 9:30 p.m., no matter what happens, I'm gonna go to sleep and give myself 8 hours. I wake up at 5:30 to go work out at 6 a.m., my Zoom fitness class, which I did today. And I didn't have the best workout because I was exhausted, but I did it. And Jewel really, she actually, I don't think this is like revealing her story or anything that I shouldn't. Like I said, she's done a lot of this work on mindfulness and becoming a better person. And she said to me that getting good sleep is really more important than anything, really. You should be doing everything. You should be working out and eating healthy and all that, but that sleep is more important than is the number one priority, and that it has so many values. So I'm going to start doing it starting tonight, and I'm excited about that. And I've made changes. Like, I'm making so many changes starting already. And this is where, I make confessions and I own my actions and my words and my thoughts, and some of you may judge me for it, and that's okay. I wrote down here under contraction, I wrote distraction and constant stimulation. I need, or not, I don't, oh, I gotta stop. Oh. I have been living a life of constant stimulation, meaning even when I used to go to the bathroom, even if it was something to just as quick as a tinkle, I would go pee-pee with my phone. I would take my phone with me, go, whiz, and like just constantly be with constant stimulation. And I stopped that today. I said, you know what? You don't need that. I did the opposite here. What you need is to relax. And I don't need distraction. I need focus sometimes. Or maybe I'll put rest here too. Or relax. Yeah. They're kind of tight. Like they're kind of like whatever. Anyways. So I'm not doing that anymore. I haven't put anything under thoughts yet. For feelings, I've had a lot of feelings of worry today, and I've had feelings of overwhelm. So I countered those with kind of like affirmations. Like those are those feelings, right? So how am I going to reprogram my brain? So instead of worry, I'm going to tell myself it will work out. It will work out, because you know what? I'm 42 and life has taught me it always does. It always does work out. It's hard to see that when you're in the middle of it all, but it always works out. And then with overwhelm, I wrote slow down, which I'm doing, and I'm going to do even more because I have a date now. I have a date. I am beginning my social media detox this Friday. This Friday. It begins, and I'm going to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm going to do, I think, 5 days. I think. I am. I'm going to do 5 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. No social media for me. Nothing. Oh my God. So I'm going to do that. And God, I feel like I've been having, like I said, all of these realizations, and I can see clearly now. What I was telling Jewel today also is, I know that cerebrally, I need more sleep and I should get more sleep. But my body is also telling me that I need more sleep. And actually, she said that, she explained it to me this way, right? Look, oh my God, Jewel's like one of the most wise people I've ever met. She said that the body speaks to us and we have to listen to our bodies. For example, if we throw up, the body is telling us something. And why did I throw up? Did I eat something bad? Did I drink too much? We need to look into that. My body for a while now has been telling me I need more sleep. And it's a hard realization to also accept that you do need more sleep when you get older. And I'm older now. I've gotten older. I am older. I am going to be 43 in 4 months. January, February, in 3 months. Oh my God, I'm going to be 43 in 3 months. I need more sleep and I'm going to get it. And I used to be able to not require 8 hours of sleep a night or 7. I used to be able to function on 4 hours of sleep for years and years, for so long, for as long as I've known. I've got to reprogram my brain to do it, to heal my body. But one of the other aha moments that I had today was, you do things for so long a certain way, you've convinced yourself that those are the best and right ways to do things, and it could be hard for people to do things differently. Check this out, my fam. Check this out. Some of you may know, because of my obsessive thinking and OCD, pre-pandemic, I never would go to bed with unanswered emails. I would always check and respond to my emails this whole life of mine before going to bed. Then 2020 happened. And, I was struggling, but I kind of kept it up. Then June happened, and June was the period of about 2 weeks where the gyms opened up again, and I stupidly, not even stupid, no. Oh, you see, oh my God, I just had a moment of realization. I was not being compassionate with myself. So I thought that it was the best thing for me to do to go to the gym in June. It wasn't stupid of me. That's what I thought at the time was the healthy thing for me to do to get myself back on track, because I gained 42 pounds in 3 months. So I went to the gym in June twice, not even for those 2 weeks. I was working out twice a day. But that means I would be at the gym for close to 3 hours every day for 2 weeks. Get in your car, get ready, go to the gym, get out of your car, check in, be there early, take your class. Then there's like 15 to 30, sometimes even no, I think it was just 30, a time in between your second class, get back home, whatever. It's like 3 hours at the gym I was spending every day in June for about 2 weeks trying to fast track my way back to healthiness. But that really set me back in everything. I was so behind on work, and I started to get so behind on emails that it felt almost insurmountable. I wasn't checking all my emails before bed every night anymore. In fact, I wasn't even looking at an email some days. I wasn't responding to people. And some days it's still like that. So here, long story short, today, all these months later, we've been in the pandemic, and let's just say even since June, July, August, September, October, November, 5 months later, only today, 5 months later, yes, I am live, Thabit. I'm just, I'm going to share this content on Facebook, and I'm going to share the content also on Instagram. So I like to acknowledge my fam, but I want to also be mindful of people that maybe aren't watching live on YouTube. And so, but if you stay watching live on YouTube, I definitely will make some time at the end to answer any questions that you guys might have. Okay, so 5 months later, I had this realization today. You should just make a new email address. You should just make a new email address for the really important email messages. That seems so simple. Why had I not thought of that until today? Because I've been very unwell almost all this year and my head has been in a cloud. I'll still keep my other email and I'll still check it sporadically or as much as possible. But at least this way, if my mom or my kid's school or the pediatrician or whomever needs to email me, I'll make sure to get emails to see them and respond in a timely fashion. And more importantly, to make sure that nothing slips through the cracks, because many emails were slipping through the cracks. I was so overwhelmed because what was my private personal email over the last several years, more and more people started getting, and publicists started using it to send me music. And because I have OCD, I used to listen to every single song that was sent to me. Do you know how much new music is released every week? At least 100 songs. And I would listen to everyone. I would read every press release, or not read it, but like I would look at it and listen to the song. And I just felt like I had to. I had this oath, like I had to do it. That's how, and also I've been doing that for so long. And I guess I didn't think of setting up this new email because I had done things a certain way for so long and it had worked for me for so long. I'm like, okay, well, when we get back to normal, it'll work for me again. But we're not getting back to normal anytime soon. And actually, now that I think about it, do I really need to do all of these things? Do I need to do all of these things? I need to focus on what I need to do, and also what makes me happy. So I'm doing all of that. Jewel also gave me a very simple meditation tip, technique for when I need it. Or maybe I'll just do it. Actually, I'm going to do it more than when I need it. I think it's a good tool to do when I first wake up and right before sleep. It's so simple, okay? 6 breaths. That's it. Just 6 breaths. So 3 inhales and 3 exhales. And let me just do it all. It's not that long. I don't know if my brain, that feels better. That feels better. So yeah, and then I wrote some other notes, fear is, and some of this might be like, oh yeah, I knew that, but sometimes we need reminders of things, right? Fear is accepting a false narrative that your brain has programmed you into believing, like, I'm not worth it. No, I am worth it. I am worth it. I deserve it. I am worth it. I deserve it. Or I don't have enough. Actually, I should write that one down. That's another one. That's a thought. That's a thought. I have more than enough. I have more than enough. More than enough. I don't have enough. Okay. Yeah, that's one that I go to often. That thought, like, I don't have enough. Like, if I had enough money in the bank to never work again, you guys, if you listen to my podcast, I say that a lot. If I have enough money in the bank to never work again, then things will be okay. Hi, Jen. Hi, Kylie. But you know what? I have more than enough. I have more than enough. I do. I have more than enough. I have my health, I have my children, I have my mother, I have my brain and my skills. I have more than enough. Um, you know, I've done a good job of practicing my compassion towards myself, um, and trying to catch myself in negative thoughts. So many of you have kindly responded to our most recent podcast, and I recorded that on Monday. And last night I listened to it back, and it's so funny. You know, the initial response that I had to listening to myself on the podcast with Booker, I told my brain told me, God, what a loser. You sound so pathetic. That's what my brain told me. And actually, I let my brain believe that all of last night. And then after speaking to Jewel and just doing some more work today, no, I was not pathetic or a loser. That was very real, very raw, very scared, very confused, and vulnerable and real. I don't think that's pathetic or lame. Thank you, Kitty. So, something also that I should, maybe I don't, do I need to keep notes for my therapist? No. Should I keep notes for maybe I'll do that. The front of the book will be my homework, and the back of the book, maybe I'll do notes for my therapist, as I have like things, ideas that I want to talk to him about. Notes for doctor. Okay. So I saw, a couple of things. Oh God, I didn't intend to speak this long. Getting more sleep is going to mean that I will work less. I think. No, it will. It will, because, I used to not sleep that much. So getting more sleep means I'm going to work less. That means I'm most likely not going to be able to engage with people on social media as much as I normally do. And that's fine. But when I do engage, hopefully it'll just be more special. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so I just had to put that out there too. I was on Twitter this morning. Janie, I love you. And I saw somebody responded to a tweet that Pink News wrote about all the TikTok drama. And somebody said, oh, he didn't get enough hugs from his mom when he was young. And it was almost like I had suppressed that for 42 years of my life. And today, when that person said that, I was like, yeah. I mean, maybe I got them, but I don't think I did. I don't feel like I did. I got a lot of hugs from my dad. My dad was the very affectionate one. And I was closer to my dad than my mom. That's why when my dad died, it was devastating for me at 14. Because I didn't get the affection that I would have I wanted more affection from my mom than I got. Aw, Kylie. I wanted more affection from my mom than I got. I didn't get enough growing up. I got it from my dad. And then when he died, it wasn't just like losing a dad. It was like losing a mom too, because he was my nurturer. And I don't know if anybody, if I don't know why that thought never, or that realization had never occurred to me before, or if my therapist had never asked me that before. I hug my kids a lot. And actually, my son did the most special thing today. Wait, I should go. I want him to tell you guys what he did. Hold on. He's gonna tell you what he did. Mario. Mario. Can you come here for a second? Come here. Oh, don't talk about that. That's for a future video.
My feet hurt.
Wait.
My feet hurt.
Oh no. I just want you to tell my Fram, earlier today, you came to my room and you told me something.
Which thing?
What?
Which thing?
You told me, you came over here, you
Yes,
told.
I do.
Don't, no. What else did you tell me?
And I love you.
No, what else? You said thank you for,
My present.
which was
A present of Ninjago.
Legos.
Legos.
You said thank you, and what else did you do?
Thank you.
You hugged me.
Thank you for giving me the present of my birthday, cause you usually give me and a lot of time.
Thank you, Jennifer. All right, thank you for sharing that. You can close the door, please. Thank you, Jennifer. Anyways, he came over like unprompted and said, thank you for giving me that present a few days ago. I gave him this Lego thing, Lego Ninjago, a snake. I think it's a snake. He said, thank you, and he gave me a hug. And it was like the most powerful thing and the most healing and the most beautiful and the most unexpected. Like, it was amazing. So I hug my kids a lot. I know that I'm not naive. Like this work, what I'm doing now is not easy. And, it is addictions that I'm dealing with. So like reprogramming the brain is like withdrawing from addiction. So it's gonna feel uncomfortable. It's gonna maybe hurt, like when I'm off social media for 5 days. What Jewel explained it, I forget the terminology that she used, but she said something along the lines of there's a distraction muscle or addiction, or whatever. Like, our brains are naturally programmed for us to be distracted a lot of the time. And for many people, that's social media or whatever it is. So today I've been trying to do a good job of, like, when I am distracted, what did I write down? Like, going back to my notes. Focus, Focus, or relax. That's why I like lumped them together. Focus and relax. Because like, I really wanted to take my phone with me when I went to go tinkle before making this video. But I didn't. I was like, okay, you know what? Relax. You don't need the phone. It doesn't take that long to urinate. And I'll leave you all with this question. And then I'll take some time to answer your questions for everybody who is watching live. The question I want to ask myself, and it's obviously my children, but what more than that? What nourishes me? What nourishes you? Maybe that's the universe saying I really have to wrap up because...
I got poop.
What? You scared me. You scared me.
I scared you with brown clay.
That's Play-Doh, right?
No, clay.
Clay, let me see it.
Look. Look at clay.
Let me see. Oh my God, it looked like poop.
It smells, I don't like the smell so much. Of the clay.
And also, what did Dad tell you today?
I did not remember.
I went to your room. Come here. I went to your room to remind you how smart you are.
Oh, yeah.
Because you speak 2 languages and you play 2 instruments. Most people don't speak 2 languages and play 2 instruments. You do.
Most people play 3 instruments in 3 languages.
No, they don't. Most people speak 1 language and no instruments. So you are a superstar. I love you.
You are a superstar.
You're a superstar.
But
All right.
the podcast says that.
Oh, I love you guys. All right. Does anybody have any questions, anything you want to talk about? I figure I'll give myself a time limit. I'll take questions for 3 minutes. 3 minutes is a good amount of time. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Lavros. Thank you, Katie, too. No, Alejandro. I don't think I'm going to fix my TikTok. It is what it is. Thank you, Layla. No, I use, Tanya, I use different products every day because I have OCD. Like, for me, like, I'll explain to you, oh God, now I have to explain to you the reason. I have all these different hair products that I've accumulated over the years. This is how my brain works. I have all these different hair products I've accumulated over the years, and I try to use a different one every day so that they'll all go down. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but it makes sense to me. So today I'm using one that's kind of like it's lighter. It's just like a lighter one. Sometimes gel could be heavy. So it's like I guess like a mousse or something, I guess. Mousse. Like I use mousse still.
Dad, yo encontré un saltamonte muerto.
Oh no!
Open your eyes. Look it. Está muerto. Adiós.
Adiós.
It's
It's clay. I love it.
Bye.
Bye. All right, I got a minute left with you, my friend, and then I'm gonna go play with them a little bit, and then I gotta work. Well, actually, I've only got an hour left. Then I have like some parent-teacher thing at the kids' school. It's okay. I feel good, Janie. How did I lose weight? I've been super good about eating healthy. Well, no, not really. In October and November, that went out the window, the beginning of November. But since middle of November, for about a month now, I've been back on track. And I'm thankful that I've really kept that up despite everything else that's happened. And that's it. Hi, Intal Pines. I love you. A big hug to everybody who watched live. A big hug to everybody who watched on the replay. Ay, ay, ay. I did not intend to speak for this long, but I was flowing. I appreciate you. Hopefully, this was helpful for some of you. If you've got everything together and you watched anyways, then share this with somebody who maybe is struggling and needs help. And hopefully, this could be helpful in one of many different ways. I love you. I send you all a big hug. Mwah.